Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your captain, guide, and friend, Dawson Rutlinger. Welcome back to Sailwind, the Kakam only challenge. You are joining me here at Old Ankh Town. I just got done enjoying a nice, lovely dinner while overseeing the view. Uh, it sounds like we might have some weather making its way in, so I might be staying the night here. The tide's slowly coming in. Um, Yeah, so in the previous episode, we came here. We had some issues out at sea a little bit. And in this episode, we're going to be trying to make our way over to Neverdin and eventually making our way up to Mirage Mountain before making our way up to the eastern region. Or potentially even... Yeah, there's the storm right there. I figured there'd be one coming in. Or potentially even moving into Happy Bay. Because a commenter has told me that there is a secret island somewhere north of Astrid. And it apparently has a haunted lighthouse. And I figure, you know what? For a Halloween special, that might be worth doing. But you know what? I'm going to move inside before I start getting rained on. It's a bit chilly out here, if I'm going to be honest. I don't want to be out at sea while that's coming in. So, yeah, I'm just going to hang out in here and talk to... There's usually a sailor around here somewhere, but I guess I have overlooked him somehow. Oh, I came in not a moment too soon by the sounds of things. It sounds like it just started raining. Yep, there it is. I see it now. Alright, I will see you guys whenever the weather gets a bit nicer. I have literally been here for 2 days now. And the rain is just not showing any signs of stopping. I'm very happy I decided to just stay here where I'm nice and safe on land and not having to deal with all the nonsense out there. It looks like it might be starting to kind of calm down a bit. Unfortunately, I can't really see... There's a storm back there. Yeah, it's a very slow-moving storm, to be fair, but... It's moving in that direction. Our destination is in that direction. I think we should be relatively okay to begin preparations for leaving. I have enjoyed my little mini vacation here at this island. It's been quite fun. Even though I haven't really done anything, I just kind of slept in the inn for a few days. But you know what? I'll just kind of pretend that the character, you know, had some fun just kind of talking to the townspeople and seeing all the sights and everything. Lovely waterfall. Alright, do I have anything that's actually going to Neverdin or one of the other towns? Water, rum. I don't think I have any actual cargo, so let's fix that. I think I've just had a... That's a Domino's thing. Never mind, I just had an ad on my phone. Okay, so... Could take some seafood to Neverdin, why not? Or we could start trading. Neverdin, -5, -21, -20. Neverdin apparently doesn't want anything. What about coffee? Nope, not even coffee. Alright. Well, what about the other islands then? The only place that wants lamb is Gold Rock City. I mean, Oasis and Mirage Mountain kind of do, but it's not worth taking. Alright. So, yeah, I guess we're just gonna take the seafood. Works for me. And you know what? We'll also take the mail, because why not? I'll hire you. Boink, 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 boink. Alright, let's put the seafood up here. That's not seafood, Dalton. That is clearly mail. Whatever. I mean, it surely wouldn't hurt the seafood if it gets wet, right? I mean, it spent its entire life in the ocean. It surely wouldn't hurt the seafood to get wet. The mail, on the other hand, yeah, sure, that's a bit of a problem, but the seafood? Surely not. Oh, yes, and I must also remember to try doing, coupling rhinos experiment whenever I'm out at sea to figure out the latitude with a wine bottle. This is going to be one of those areas that's going to be very, very interesting to navigate whenever we're in the bigger boats. The bigger ships, even. It's going to be very interesting, especially the brig. The brig turns about as easily as a train does. The sandbuck with the large rudder would probably be fine, as well as the junk. The brig, I don't know. It's going to be tight either way. And yeah, right now I'm just letting the wind kind of push me out here. We're not in any big hurry or anything. We've got 3 days to deliver the seafood. We got 3 days to deliver the mail. We are fine. We are fine. Just everybody relax. Don't worry about my driving either. We're not going to hit the sandbanks, okay? I think it would be cool if in an update Raw Lion were to like drill a hole through this mountain so there could actually be like a balcony back here in this little cubby area. So you could actually look out at Gold Rock City. And it would also allow you to kind of scan the horizons for any future potential storms or anything like that. I know you can jump up there, but I'm just saying, like, from a realistic perspective, because in real life, you wouldn't climb up to the very top of that mountain. What is that? Actually, I think that was just the sails switching over to blow in the opposite direction. Alright, I think I am ready to get this party started. That was the wrong sail. I meant to release the Genoa sail, not the cutter. Yeah, I have the exact same loadout on another save file, and the winches are switched. Like, this winch over here releases and tightens up the Genoa sail, whereas this switch over here does the cutter. Strange. Maybe it depends on the order you put them on. No idea. Alright, so we are heading for Neverdin. Let's pull up the map for the people who don't know. Neverdin is actually the area you start in whenever you start in the Allonk region. The easy start, in air quotes. We can just skip right on by Lion's Fang and the Isle of Clear Mind. There's nothing on these islands. I imagine eventually they will have a use. But for the time being, they can just be ignored. Right. Let's go ahead and release you so you don't cause us to tip over. I am very much enjoying the setup. And apparently this is actually one of the more popular sail configurations that people use. But you know what? Honestly, I like it. It's super reliable. It allows you to go pretty close to the wind. There's not a lot to dislike about this particular load-up. Or this particular configuration. I will loosen the sail just a little bit more. Just a smidge. There we go. So, where is our destination? Our destination is... somewhere in that wayish direction. There we go. Yeah, so I don't know where that secret island actually is. I haven't looked into it at all whatsoever. I kind of want to go into it blind whenever we finally get up to the Eastern region. But here's my plan now that that has been taken care of, or now that that's been added to my knowledge. So we're going to finish up doing the circuit down here at Gold Rock City. We're going to hit up Neverdin. We're going to swing over to Alnilum, however you want to call it. We're going to hit up the Allonk Academy, make our way straight north to Oasis, and then hit up Mirage Island. I might call the video there. I don't know. Once we're done with Mirage Mountain, we will head to the northeast to Happy Bay. And then from there, we'll make our way northwest to Mount Malefic, and then we'll hit up the islands one by one there. And if all goes according to plan, there is a fly in just buzzing around on my face. I don't appreciate that. If all goes according to plan, we will end the series on the Haunted Island. And probably become one of the ghosts. So there are a few videos I have in mind for a Halloween special next week. We have the thing that I just mentioned, where we're going to go to the Haunted Island, somewhere north of Astron. I am not going to spoil myself with it. I want it to be kind of a surprise to all of us. And then they also have a particular quest in Oblivion that, to this day, remains one of my favorite quests in the game, just period. Because I think it was actually one of the first quests I ever actually completed. Some of you probably already know what it is, if you've played Oblivion before. But it has something to do with the Anvil House, and that's all I'm going to say on the matter. If you don't know much about Oblivion, you're in for a treat, because, in my opinion, this quest that I'm thinking of is not only one of the best in Oblivion, it's actually one of the more memorable in pretty much the entirety of the Elder Scrolls. It's just so unique. There's not a lot of other quests that are like it in the game. And there might also be a particular dungeon that I go and complete as well, just because I have so many memories of it. I might also actually lower down the voice volume for OBS, as well as the game volume, just a smidge. Just a teeny tiny little bit. That should probably be fine. Because I've noticed my voice is going into the red quite a bit whenever I don't really intend for it to go into the red, so yeah. Alrighty. I think I see it. Yep, there it is. Right over there. Let's start turning in that general direction. Fun. I've said this many times in the past, but at some point I want to start doing live streams. The problem with Sailwind is that I enjoy kind of cutting out and listening to podcasts and, you know, watching other Let's Players and things like that. So I can't really do that whenever I'm live streaming. I mean, I guess I could, but it'd be a boring live stream to watch. Unless... I have no idea. Well, I mean, people do it all the time with reaction channels. But I guess what I could do is I could watch... Just say, for example, because we were on the topic, an Oblivion Let's Play, while we're just kind of out here in the middle of the ocean doing nothing in Sailwind, and then whenever I need to, I can show off the coordinates, give like a general idea of our location, and then switch back to watching the video. I guess. I don't really know how that would work. I've also thought about going over to Twitch for doing live streaming, but I don't know. I don't really know the Twitch culture, if you know what I mean. I don't really go over there very often. But the only person that I would watch over there, I used to watch Squirrel quite a bit. The guy that became famous for, you know, Euro Truck Simulator, as well as American Truck Simulator. But I primarily started going over there to watch the guy who used to be my favorite Let's Player for many years, Sorcerer Dave. But now I found a new guy, Raikon Roleplays. He's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching his Oblivion Remastered roleplay series, and I am thoroughly impressed. It's kind of what I originally set out to do whenever I started my Oblivion playthrough, but then I kind of just stopped uploading for a while, and I kind of forgot what I was doing with the character. At some point, like, once this current Oblivion story is done, which I just recorded the next episode for it, where I complete the Sailwind Mages Guild questline thing. So I finally have access to the Arcane University, which I think is as far as I'm going to go with the Mages Guild. And then I'm just going to rush, like, straight through the main story, because I'm not going to lie, I've kind of grown tired of the character I'm playing as in there, in that series. I want to start over from scratch and add in a whole bunch of new mods, because the Oblivion Remastered has a lot of roleplay mods now that just didn't exist whenever I started that playthrough. But there are mods now that allow you to say if you join the Fighters Guild, you don't just have to do the Fighters Guild story. You can actually go into like any Fighters Guild guild hall in any city, pick up a job for a for a local location to go, kill some goblins or fight some trolls or whatever. And then you get paid by doing that. You don't just have to go through the story. And the Mages Guild does the same thing. The Thieves Guild does the same thing. They have a mod now where you can join the Imperial Legion. There's a lot more variety now. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just kind of reel this in a little bit further. There we go. Unfortunately, it seems like Neverdin, in my opinion, seems to be one of the harder islands to get to because you're always fighting the wind whenever you're trying to get to this island up here. Whenever you leave, the wind is almost always at your back, but getting to it, the wind is almost always in your face. Kind of funny how that works. Actually, no, I'll just put this in my inventory. And then you can be cast out. I just took a screenshot of the boat underneath the water. That's great. That screenshot's going to get used for a lot. There we go. That's better. Now, I have been to Mirage Mountain before, and it is a pain in the butt to get to. I will say that. I'm snacking on some chocolate Chips Ahoy cookies right now. I forgot how good they actually are. I haven't had any for a while. I've gotten to the habit of every day after work, I go to Dollar Tree. I'll get some snacks. I'll get a nice cold pop. I'll get my supper for the night. I'll come home, take a shower, fire up the computer, and start recording. Or I'll play something else, or I'll just watch a YouTube video or something. I was really hoping we'd get here before sundown, but that clearly didn't happen. In fact, I'm actually going to turn into the wind here. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's go and turn on the lanterns. I should definitely make it there before I have to go to sleep, so there is that. I will just kind of turn with the wind a little bit more. Actually, you know what? While it's nighttime, let me see if I can pull up that comment from Coupling Rhino a couple videos back, and only challenge. Okay, that's not it. Maybe this one? I forget what video it was. Actually, it might have been this one. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so hold the bottle up to the horizon right next to the North Star and line the bottom up with the horizon. The star should be just above the top label at 31 degrees latitude. Top label. I don't know how the heck you figured this stuff out, dude. This is kind of above my brain capacity. I'm not gonna lie. Same thing with the clock in the game, chronometer, whatever it's called. My brain just doesn't work in this way. Now let's start turning back in this direction. Yeah, 31 degrees latitude. Hmm. Because I'm recording, I feel kind of pressured to... I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I'm approaching 1,000 hours in this game, and I still don't really know how a clock works. I know I understand how it works. I'm just not good enough at math to really use it efficiently. Math was always my worst subject in school. And honestly, it's been so long now since I've ever had to do that kind of stuff. I probably couldn't even tell you how to do basic math problems anymore. Like basic division and multiplication and heck, maybe even subtraction at this point. It's just been so long since I've had to do any of that kind of stuff. Is whenever I left college is back in 2016, and I haven't really had any jobs that actually required you to be halfway decent at math. Once you get out of school, you kind of forget about a lot of stuff that just you don't use in your daily occurrence. Let's see, where is... There it is. Alright, so I think I kinda get it. But I'll have to play around with it whenever we actually get out to sea and start traveling to other quadrants. We'll have to see. As it would be kind of cool to learn how to navigate by that. By just using a wine bottle, but... I wouldn't hold your breath with me. I'm not the smartest person around. Oh, I caught a fish. Well, you're just gonna have to be back there for a while. Unfortunately. That sound is so annoying. Can we just stop with that sound, please? That'd be great. What is even causing that sound in the first place? There's nothing over here. Naturally, I think the dog is, like, right in the direction the wind is blowing from. So I think what I might actually have to do is I might actually have to just, roll up the sails and drop anchor. Kind of embarrassing to do it this close to our destination, but it is what it is, I guess. There's the bed. I'm too used to the Dow at this point. Alright, have we drifted very far? No, we have not. Have some cheese, I guess. And, I guess some water. Lovely. I'm so close to the dock. Ah. There we go. Get a bit of speed built up. Oi! Don't take my parking space. You hear me? Don't you do it. I'll be very cross with you if you do. I kind of wish I was in that boat right now. So much cargo capacity. So much extra room. Alright, I'll go out a little bit further, and then I'll make the turn. Think about here should do it. Let's go and just reel you down. And just rely on the Genoa sail to get us to the dock. Actually, out of curiosity, how much does the Dow cost again whenever you are buying it? 42 gold. That's honestly not that much cheaper than the sandbug up there at the capital city. That's I mean, honestly, I think the sandbug is like 75 or something. So at that point, I'd probably just save up for the sandbug if I were in that kind of situation. Alright, let's get you on shore, you on shore. Whoa. Oh no! Luckily, the packaging is waterproof. Don't ask me if that was a thing back in these days, I have no idea. It probably wasn't. Well, then again, I don't know. People back in these days were actually pretty smart. Smart and cunning. You know what? Screw this. Screw this running back and forth malarkey. What do you think this is? The old days of Sailwind? No. And this is the modern. It is 2025, not 2024. Dang it. Or 2023. Oh, some bread. Some more bread. A banana. And you know what? There's also an inn on the island, so I'll just run over to the inn and grab a few drinks. Although... yeah, I guess I could get more candles, but what would be the point? You're just a fisherman. Some water, please, if you don't mind. Have that back. Alright, let's be on our way out of here. Do you have anything going to Alnilum for a decent amount? Yeah, it's 32. It's not the worst. Dates, nope. Coconuts, nope. Bananas, nope. Not goat cheese either. Gems? Nope. Alright, so, I guess we'll transport some rum, because why not? I think, you know what, I'll get 6, just because. Boink. Hello? Why are you not... There. The game was being sassy with me there for a moment. I had to tell it to knock that nonsense off. Come on. Dang it. Cooperate with me. That is not a suggestion, that is an order. At least with this thing being here, I can actually, like, place things in an area that kind of makes sense, almost. That was almost a mistake. Alright, let's be on our way out of here. We have places to be, people to see, and things to do, and money to make. What is... Oh. That sound, whenever the sails switch from one side to another, is honestly kind of nerve-wracking. I don't approve of it. It's a little on the excessive side, if you ask me. Yeah, I think our destination is kind of more in this sort of a direction. Alright, and on the road we go once again, or lack of a road, I suppose you could say. How's the fish back there doing, by the way? You doing good? You're not looking so thrilled at the moment. I can't really say I blame you, but I'll get to eating you eventually, don't worry. I will get to you at some point or another. At the moment, I'm just not really in much of a sushi mood. So out of curiosity, is anybody else's feed getting filled with this Hassan Piker guy? Because that's like all that's been popping into my feed here lately. It's getting kind of annoying. And honestly, for a lot of the people that I watch for news and whatnot, that's kind of all they're talking about here lately as well. It's like, can we just move on from this guy and get on to more important things? You know, I bought this chair. I might as well take advantage of it. And I'll just sit here and just kind of gaze out at the sea. Oh, we're not even past the Isle of Clear Mind yet. I think I talked about this in my previous video, but one thing I have thought about doing is uninstalling a bunch of gibberish that I don't really use anymore, installing Sea of Thieves, and just kind of doing a merchant thing in Sea of Thieves. Kind of like this, but with the added threat of piracy. Could be kind of a fun thing. I'm not going to like do any sort of PvP stuff because I'm going to get my butt absolutely handed to me in PvP because I don't really play many PvP games at all. The only like multiplayer game that I actually play is War of Rights. That's pretty much literally all I play, and I don't play that super often either. Ah, there it is. There's the island. I've always liked this island because it's very clearly a mining settlement. In the next series, we'll probably become very familiar with this island. Because I want to do something like a rare earths mover. Like selling copper and iron to other lands. Occasionally dropping off a load or two at the capital city and then sailing out across the oceans to sell to the Emerald Archipelago and Astron, and then making a journey back with tools or food supplies to bring back to this island over here. Kind of a similar thing to what we did with the tea merchant, but this time I guess it'd be like the iron merchant or something. And all of a sudden, I have this urge to watch The Iron Giant. Does anybody remember that movie? That movie was so cool. That movie was just another, for me personally, it's just a childhood gem, is what it is. I never owned it myself, but my cousins did. And I remember watching it for the very first time. I was completely blown away by it. I loved the movie. And it got to a point where pretty much every time I'd go over to my cousin's house, it was like a mandatory thing. Like we at some point we had to sit down and watch The Iron Giant. I watched it a couple years ago and it still holds up quite nicely to this day. Yeah, the lights are starting to glow on the horizon, so we're almost there. After this, we just have to make a stop at the Yolok Academy, then we will have nothing but wide open ocean all the way to Oasis. I'll probably take advantage of the inn here, though. Seems like that would be a smart thing to do. Should probably go ahead and turn on the lantern, shouldn't I? So you guys can actually see what's happening. I've got candles, I've got food, I've got anything I could possibly need, I think. Yeah, I've still got an entire thing of salmon. I might get another crate of salmon, just to be on the safe side. I think I might have enough food. If I'm worried about it whenever we get to Oasis or even Mirage Mountain, I'll consider buying more. I'll just need to be mindful about eating sushi on our way over to Happy Bay. See, it's already 5 o'clock. I probably could make it to Happy Bay if I really wanted to, but I think that might be a weekend thing. Considering I'm recording this on a Thursday, and this video will be coming out probably on the weekend because I want to have a week dedicated to nothing but spooky stuff for Halloween. Is that another boat? It is. Oi! Get the heck out of the way! Honk, honk. Beat it. Shoo. Be gone. Clear the landing bay. The nerve of you coming into my territory and trying to unload things the islanders need. How dare you? Twat. Anyway. How fast we going? She's trying to push for 7 knots. Oh, you know, speaking of speed, Dalton, how about we start, slowing down? Because we're kind of approaching the island here pretty quick. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll face pointing that way. That's fine. Bonk. That wasn't a bonk, that was a crash. Come on. Come on. Today would be good. Please and thank you. There we go. Where do you think you're going? You're not going anywhere. You're going to get up here against the dock nice and tight. Yeah. I have need of your services, sir. It's kind of weird how you all look the exact same. I guess they have a big family and all they wanted to ever be was just cart handlers for the sailors whenever they arrived on land. I mean, fair enough, fair enough. Not my business to judge. That's what makes it happy. That's what makes it happy. Plenty of rum for the miners here in town, so have fun, fellas. Now, where's the inn? Excuse me, pardon me, I have need of your services, Mr. Innkeeper, or Mrs. Innkeeper. All right. Right. So where do we go from here? Well, I mean, aside from obviously Oasis and Mirage Mountain, but what do we take from here? Bananas, maybe? I mean, they sell pretty decently at Mirage Mountain. Not as well as coconuts, though, and coconuts actually also sell pretty well at Oasis, too. What about goat cheese? It's not terrible. Silk? Absolutely not, though Acerin might... Yeah, could take some to Happy Bay. Or the Astra Abbey. Fort Acerin itself wants some. What about medicine? Everywhere needs medicine, but very few places ever seem to actually want it. Books. Actually, books weigh quite a bit, 160. Copper. Ooh. Gold. No, I'm a ways away from being able to afford gold. I'm a ways away from being able to afford gems, too. Although I'm curious. Wow, so you're only exporting for worldwise to Mirage Mountain. That seems kind of crappy to me. See here. We'll take some copper to Mirage Mountain. And then for Oasis, how about some actual just coconuts for Oasis? Why not? How how did that happen? I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to run with it. I'm going to roll with it. That fish is out there still just absolutely hating life. But you know what? That's all it deserves. Just to hate life. Forever and ever and ever. You're one of trillions of fish in the sea, and you're the one that just happened to get caught. Quite frankly, it just sucks to be you. You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to move the barrel of water up here. And then I'm going to try and set some of the copper back here. There we go. I left the lanterns on overnight. That was a mistake. Oh well. I've got plenty of candles. Not a big deal. Alright, let's make our way to Oasis and eventually Mirage Mountain. I keep calling it Mirage Island, but you know what I'm talking about. Alright, so which one? Yeah, so you're the Genoa sail. Gotcha. I hear the wind picking up, and that's not a good sign. It's a good sign for speed, but it's not a good sign for weather. I'm not liking the looks of those clouds. Oh, you know what? I forgot to get a load for the All Onk Academy. But you know what? We'll just kind of stop there. We'll stop there. We'll check it out. Then we'll leave. It's really not a special island. It looks cool from a distance. That's basically it. Right, you know what? I'll go ahead and reel in the fish just to be nice. Well, from this angle, it feels like we're really zooming through the water here. Once I get this fish reeled in, we'll take a little look-see at how fast we're actually going. It's just a tuna, so it's nothing special. There we go. Right. Pushing for 8 knots, but averaging about 7. How do you have too much weight on this one side whenever all the weight is over here? Yeah, I should probably also just check and make sure we are heading in the right general direction. We want to be heading just straight north, ultimately. Yep, I hear thunder. That is a storm forming right behind us. I might miss the All-Lunk Academy, guys. I'm gonna be honest. That's where we just were. I'll try and stop at the All-Lunk Academy if I can spot it, but there's a very real chance I might miss it. Considering there's a storm that just had to come in at the worst possible time. And I think that storm is trying to chase us down, too. Ooh! Oh, there's the Academy right over there. Which, to be honest, it might not be a bad idea to try and just dock there for the night. Oh, we were heading straight forward anyway. Oh, yeah, that storm is definitely coming for us. Go away! Leave me alone! I don't like you. Nobody ever likes you. You keep your reign to yourself. I don't want it on my boat. I can just barely make out the academy through the fog up here. Woo! Dad, that's not what I want to see. No, thank you, game. No, thank you. Is it just my imagination, or does it look like there's another storm trying to form in that direction? I think it might have just been my imagination. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's not an inn on this island. Although, I am keeping ahead of the storm somewhat comfortably, so I might not even have to really stop. This might just be kind of a drive-by. I'm going to stop, though. I need to make my decision pretty quick. I think we'll just do a little drive-by. There's really nothing to this island at all. All it is just like that dock. There's like a food stand there. And then there's a place you can like sell the cargo to. Like that area right in there is all there is to this island. There's really nothing of interest here. It looks cool, but there's like two guys there that there's that guy there and there's the guy in the food stand. That's basically all that's here. Works for me. Just be on our way. Yeah, bucket. But yeah, I think we're leaving the storm behind. It's going more over there. I'm going over here, so... Once again, works for me. Alright, so. Yeah, Oasis is pretty much just dead north of the All-Lonk Academy. A bit to the east, but we should definitely see the lighthouse. Once we get in visual range of it. Well, bye-bye, All-Lonk. It's been fun. We'll be seeing plenty of you in the next series. So try not to be too sad while I'm gone. Easy on down there, sheesh. No, the barrel of water got a little bit more water in it, but nothing to be too proud of. Ooh, rainbow and All-Lonk. You don't see that hugely often. We've been at this for 57 in-game days. This game does get to be very, very pretty at a lot of times, doesn't it? Sooner or later, that storm will die out. Preferably sooner. Hmm. I'm just now realizing I never did buy a broom. No, well, not that I'd be able to really clean the ship very much anyway. Not very easily, anyway. Can we not? Yeah, just on that note, I'm just going to go ahead and save real quick. Whoa! That was a big wave. Right, you know what? I am just going to go ahead and sleep. Or maybe not. There we go. All right, good morning, everybody. It's kind of a restless night for me because I had to constantly keep dumping water out of the boat, but good morning all the same. Let's see if we can find out where we are. Yeah, there's Gold Rock City way back there. Will you stop taking on water, please? I am looking for a light on the horizon. At the moment, I do not see it, so I'm going to assume we're just not in visual range of it yet. I think we could do with going a bit more towards the east. I think generally speaking, it takes a couple days to actually get from Gold Rock City to Oasis. So it'll be a day or two before we actually get there. Kind of a similar situation to the Firefish Lagoon with the Emerald Archipelago. You're not just gonna get there overnight. At the moment, I think I'm going too far north, not far enough east. Well, considering the video is going on like almost an hour and 40 minutes at this point, which I had no idea I was recording for that long, I will go ahead and just cut until I see a light on the horizon. Aha! I just saw. Yep, there it is. There is the lighthouse. I'm a little ways off course, though. At least now I know I'm too far to the west, like I suspected. Oh, hang on, I feel a sneeze coming on. I do apologize for that. Okay. At least now with it getting to be nighttime, we should see the glow of the lighthouse a lot easier. But I think once again, just to save on time, I will see you guys whenever we get a little bit closer. All right. We are getting closer to our destination up here. And once we get down here, Mirage Mountain is just a little ways off in that sort of direction. I can never remember, like, the way this island faces. I always get turned around here. Um, while I'm here, I think I might actually go ahead and buy a couple more barrels of water. Although I could just wait till we get to Mirage Island. That might be a better... Or Mirage Mountain. Whatever you want to call it. Mirage Mountain, Mirage Island. Same difference. I might wait till we get there just to restock on water and everything. It's kind of funny how the edge of the island just drops off like that. I don't know if you can see it there on YouTube, but for me, I can just see like the line of the sand dropping down into the abyss of the ocean. It's actually quite terrifying. And I still say Raw Lion needs to add in some kind of like mythical sea creature or something. Like maybe whenever you go in a third person camera and you zoom out like way like this, every once in a while you'll see like a face staring back up at you. Yeah, that'd be terrifying. Because I mean, this would be the perfect game to add in all kinds of, paranormal superstitions and whatnot. Because sailors throughout history have always been a very superstitious people. If we could get to port today, that would be great. I'm just saying. Has anyone ever docked on that side of the pier? Just for craps and giggles? Okay. Hey ya! Dang it. There we go. Okay. Let's get the coconuts up here. Ooh, that was not good. That was definitely not good. Okay, here are your coconuts, good sir. Enjoy. You know what? Just in case there's not one of these at Mirage Island, I don't remember if there is or not. I'm going to switch over to this currency. Oops. Ah. Okay. Good enough. Um, That's too much. Although there is mail going to Happy Bay. And you know what? I'll also take the sunspot fish as well. Julio. Oh, yeah. Excuse me, just a second. Boink, boink, boink. Okay, and actually, you know what? I'm going to play this safe. I'm going to leave, let's say, 100 of these in my inventory, just so I can afford another barrel of water whenever I get to Mirage Mountain. Should the need arise, which it probably will. All right. Right, so Mirage Mountain, we want to be traveling in, I believe, to the northeast. Basically, just dead northeast. Pretty much just dead to the northeast, which is what we are currently doing. Thankfully, it is basically just a hop, skip, and a jump away, so should not take us too long to get there. I hope. Aha! Mirage Mountain. Finally in sight. Probably should have bought a map of Mirage Mountain because it's kind of a doozy island to get into. It's a one way in, one way out sort of a thing. And I'll show you guys what I mean whenever we finally get over there. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I mean whenever we finally get over there. I should have bought a map at Oasis, but I just didn't even think about it at the time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are parked right outside the entryway into Mirage Mountain. This is going to be a very interesting place to get into once we actually get the larger ships. But yeah, I'm anchored just right outside the entryway here. I suppose there's numerous ways to enter into this island, but this seems to be the main way. Right, the wind will be with us. Going in. Getting out, however, might be a different story. I'm pulling on the wrong thing, aren't I? Yep, indeed I am. What do you want, phone? Go away. Alright. Easy does it now. Will the bigger ships even be able to fit through that? That felt tight even in this thing, and this is the smallest boat in the game. Plenty of shallow areas in these channels as well. Memory serves correctly, from looking at the map, I think this is actually some kind of volcano, like maybe an extinct volcano. It's a very big pain in the butt to get to this settlement, though. Especially when you have the wind in your face. Hmm. I really don't even know what this is supposed to be. It looks like it might be some kind of temple or something. Oh, no, 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 no. None of that, please. My nose just started running all of a sudden, which is great. It's all from that dust the truck likes to kick up in the alleyways. And here in Oklahoma, it's been really warm. Like even like next week is basically the very end of October, and it's still been like low 80s, mid 70s. At night, it dips down into like the 40s and 50s, but during the daytime, it still gets plenty warm for this time of the year. So people are still mowing and weed eating and all that kind of stuff. It seems like every year, winter just gets further and further away. We have longer and longer summers, but shorter and shorter winters. I don't like it. I am definitely a winter person. Oh, uh, I didn't realize I was getting that thirsty. Might as well just tighten you as much as possible. And you know what? I'll do the same thing with you. You know, you guys could like dig a few more channels or something to kind of help us out here, but I guess you continue doing you. I suppose defensively, this would be a pretty good strategy. All right. I think I'm actually going to dock face having the boat face this way. Oh man, this area is going to be a royal pain in the butt with I don't even know if it'll be possible with some of the bigger ships. I mean, look how close we are to bottoming out just with this thing. Like the rudder is being dragged along the bottom of the ocean here. That's it's not great if I'm going to be honest. Admittedly, all the copper is back there in the rear, but still. I think this might be one of the first places I try coming whenever I get the sandbuck in the next playthrough. All right. Give me that. You know what? I think that's good enough. Let's get the copper out of the rear. Yellow banner? Interesting that it's a yellow banner instead of the regular blue. Well, here's your copper for whatever the heck you need it for. Right, so what's this area all about? Maybe a fortress of some kind? Temple? I don't know. Ah, yeah. Maybe it wasn't a volcano. Whenever I first saw the map, I assumed the yellow or the orange stuff was meant to be the like magma or something, but I guess that's just supposed to be the temple or the fort or whatever the heck it is. Interesting. They have plenty of salt here, to be fair. I will go ahead and buy... You know what? Screw it. I'll buy 2 extra things of water. And... I guess I'll have some more cheese, because it's all you have, apparently. And I'll also get some bread. There's also this building. Ah, this is the inn. Okay, hello. What do you have to say? Vast fields of saffron used to grow here. Now it's all buried under the sand. Huh. Interesting, very interesting. What do you have to take, if anything? You have plenty of salt. But you know what? Going to Happy Bay, it pays a decent amount. Pays more going to Fort Astron. And all that goes back to Alonk. So, you know what? I'll take some salt to Fort Astron, I guess. Because I don't think salt is... Actually, it's apparently decently heavy. Okay. Some more water. And more water. Well, works for me. I think, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be where I call it a video, so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to see more content from me, consider subscribing to the channel. Because I do plan on having a lot more coming in the not-too-distant future. And until next time, guys, God bless, take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next video. Until then, this is your captain, signing out.